Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Cobalt, and in this video I'm going to be going over the calculating of the standard enthalpy change of a reaction. So we're going to have to remind ourselves of a couple of things. So in a previous video we talked about the standard enthalpy of formation of certain compounds or elements. And so the standard enthalpy of formation of a compound, as we learned, was that you are forming 1 mole of each compound of a particular compound from its elements in its standard state, from the respective elements in their standard state. And that would give you the delta H of formation for that particular compound. So you can actually use that to try to find the standard enthalpy of formation or the standard enthalpy of a reaction. So if you take the elements in their standard states and you make a compound, that's going to be the delta H of the formation, the standard enthalpy of formation for whatever compound you're making from its elements in its standard state. You can also reverse that reaction. So if you reverse that formation reaction so that the compounds themselves are being decomposed into their elements in their standard states, then that would just be the negative of the standard enthalpy of formation. So if we use that, we can, if we have these elements, if this was a reaction with reactants and products, you could be taking your reactants and breaking them down into their elements and their standard states, and then taking the negative of the standard enthalpy of formation for each reactant. And then you could take those elements and put them back together into their compounds. And then that would be the standard enthalpy of formation for the products. And so what you could do is you could take, again, like I said, the reactants, break the reactants down into their elements in their standard states. And so that would be the delta H1, which would then be the sum of all the standard states, changes in the standard enthalpies of formation for all your reactants. Okay, and then you could then take the elements in their standard states and create products, and then you could add up all the standard states of formation, or I'm sorry, the standard enthalpies of formation for all your products. And then you could add these together. So we're just using the relationships we learned with regard to the enthalpies of formation, or the standard enthalpies of formation, or the standard enthalpies of a reaction, and we're adding them together based on the fact that we can add these together, and then the elements are going to cancel out, and then you get reactants going to products. And so the reaction, the standard enthalpy of the whole reaction is just going to be delta H1 plus delta H2, which turns out to merely be the standard states, the sum of the standard states of the formation of the reactants plus the standard states of formation, or the standard enthalpies of formation for the products. And so when you put this all together, you get an equation that's very useful. So the standard enthalpy of a reaction could be found by taking the sum of the standard enthalpies of formation of the products multiplied by their coefficient, the number of moles. That's just going to be the coefficient in your balanced equation. So you're going to take the coefficient in moles, multiply that by the standard enthalpy of formation for that particular product, and then add to that the multiplication of the number of moles in the balanced equation, multiplied by the other product, and then you add these together for your products. And then you're going to do the same thing for your reactants, the number of moles from your balanced equation, the coefficient, multiplied by the standard enthalpy of formation for that reactant. And then you do that for any other reactants in your equation. And then you're going to subtract the two. So it's going to be the products minus the reactants. And that should give you a fairly close or accurate calculation for the delta, the standard enthalpy of a reaction. And so in the next video, I'm going to go over a couple of example problems where we can use this to find the standard enthalpy of a reaction. I hope you found this useful. If you like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell if you want to get notified of any other videos I put out. Also, you can hit the subscribe button and then make a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think and if there's any other videos you want me to make. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.